So whether you guys are shooting on something like an FX30 or something like a 7R5 or something like an FX6 or really any Sony camera that offers S-Log3, I'm gonna be going over a very simple and easy way to color grade them. Let's head over to the computer and let's get to grading. Let's jump right into DaVinci. Now the footage that we're gonna be playing with is gonna be a save the date little sequence I made last week for my girlfriend's family. So this is the raw footage that we're going to be playing with, okay? The idea of this is figuring out how to color grade this very simply, very quick, very efficiently, not going too far in depth. Step one, the very first step of the color grading process that I do is I need to pretty much transform the S-Log3 color profile look to a one that can be edited and that can be used. Now, there's two different ways of doing that. In DaVinci, you're gonna have this application called Color Space Transform. So if you just search it up here, Color Space Transform, you can drag it on to the image here. And then you're gonna have be prompted with an ability here to essentially take the color space. So I'm using S-Log Gamma 3 Cine on the input gamma's S-Log3, then outputting it to Rec 709. Very, very simple way of doing it. This is gonna be the free way of doing it. But I actually have purchased these LUTs. Now there's different LUTs that will there's literally a LUT that you can throw on a S-Log3 that Sony has on their website that will transform it into Rec 709. But what I do is I actually have purchased these Phantom LUTs from Phantom. And what they have is we have a bunch of different looks here. So right off the bat, I could go and just literally grab one of these and just throw it right on to the image. And you'll see right off the bat, we're giving a little bit of a different look right away. Like this one's got a little bit more of a green tint look to it. And it just, for me, it's a lot easier to just kind of go through these LUTs, figure out which one I like the overall look of, throw it into the first one, which is LUT, and then I'll literally move on to the next node. Just a quick note, guys, I don't have any affiliation with this company or any of these LUT companies. I'm not trying to sell you a LUT. This is just what I do. So don't feel like you need to buy these LUTs. Just find a good LUT online that allows you to have a good starting quality image. Once we have done that, we're gonna move on to the next one, and we're gonna just call it correction, okay? First, I'm gonna play around with the temperature, the tint, all that good sort of stuff. Now, guys, it's important to note that I feel like I did a very good job of nailing the correct exposure and nailing the right temperature on this shoot. So I'm not gonna have to do too much corrections here. And again, I'm not gonna get deep into the histograms or anything like that. I just kind of do what looks good to my eyes. So if you wanna get significantly more technical than that, you know, I'm sure there's more technical YouTube videos. But yeah, the main corrections you're gonna wanna play with, number one gonna be the temperature, number two is gonna be the tint, and then we're gonna have the lift, gamma, gain, and offset. Now, the first thing I like to do is I like to play around right here with the curves. So as you guys can see, as I pull down this right here, I'm bringing out the darks and I'm really bringing out a little bit of contrast in this image, and then I'm gonna pull up the highlights just a little bit. And then right off the bat, just between adding this LUT and this correction, I mean, guys, we're pretty much already have a very, very, very good looking image. Like I'm happy with this image already. Now, in addition to this, what I like to do is I also like to add finishing LUTs. Okay, so I actually have these ones from Lens Distortions. Now the purpose of a finishing LUT is just to take the colors of a LUT that you already have in that's making it look like this and just kind of manipulate the colors a little bit. So since this is like a wedding look, maybe I would grab like this red Canon red LD, and then what I like to do is I like to just come over here to the output and just bring it down. So now all I'm doing right here is I'm just adding a little bit of this cashmere red fall look to the image. You can see it's very subtle, but it's giving me a nice little creative look, making it feel more like golden. And yeah, love the look. And again, the purpose is just to add like a creative and stylized look to the overall color and image. So from there, we're gonna move on to a few optional effects. Okay, halation is very, very, very popular today, right now. And if you want to get that filmic look, you definitely want to play around with halation. I'm not going to go too complicated with it, but you can literally just slap on halation, turn the threshold down, and you guys will see around his hair, around the highlights, we're starting to get a little bit of a shine. I actually think that's a little bit too much for my preference. I'm going to turn that down, and then I'm also going to turn up the secondary glow a little bit. I like to do that on my images to give it a little bit of a dreamy look. Last thing but not least, I like to throw on some film grain, okay, which is also in DaVinci. I really like the 35 millimeters, so take a look and play around with those. And then after I've done all of this, I'll still go back to the corrections tab, and I'll just kind of play around a little bit with the lift. Okay, as you'll see, that's gonna mess around with the blacks. I'll still play around with the gamma a little bit, play around with the gain, just pushing that back and forth. So putting on a transform LUT, doing a small correction, adding a finishing LUT, adding some halation, adding some film grain. We're literally going from this blank S-Log3 footage to boom, a very beautiful looking image. Let me just show you guys what this looks like without the finishing LUT and with this on. So as you guys can see, with the color space transform turned on, it honestly looks almost just as good as the ones with the LUTs. So the reason I wanted to show you that is because, guys, yes, the LUTs help. Yes, the LUTs make it significantly faster, but don't feel like you need to spend a bunch of money on LUTs. So then I would literally go ahead and just paste the same look on every single image. After that, we're really only going to need to edit the correction tab and the halation tab. Let's start off with the correction. I'm gonna come on right over here, and as you guys can see, boom, I'm already making a huge difference by just kind of editing the blacks here. See what we can do with these highlights. Might get another one right here just to play with those mids, and boom, we're already looking a lot better than before. I still think the darks are probably a little bit too dark, so let me just pull that up a little bit. And guys, look, the image is already pretty much done here, okay? And what I would do is if I go to this next one and it looks like we had the same type of color issue as the previous one, I'm just literally gonna copy the whole node tree here and paste it into this one, and it's already looking absolutely phenomenal. So guys, as you guys can tell from the video, color grading doesn't need to be scary. It doesn't need to be complicated, but just understand that the reason it was so easy for me to color grade this footage in today's video is because I nailed the exposure, I nailed the white balance, and there wasn't too many problems in post-production. So if you guys want to know how to do that, I'm going to put a link down in the description. I'm going to make a tutorial on how you guys can nail that exposure for S-Log3 as well as white balance. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and a comment down below. And as always, guys, peace out.